All right, welcome back. So obviously this is a completely different video than what I typically make, but I figured since I've been doing YouTube for over a year and a few months now, I guess, a bunch of people have asked that I make a video on my gaming in bed setup. So here we are, finally doing it. But I'll be kind of showing you my general setup, kind of talking about my equipment, and then just kind of giving a few stories throughout. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of coffee, soda, water, whatever you're into, and make sure to hit that thumbs up button on the video as well. But before we kind of dive into the video though, just kind of a quick backstory on why I game in bed. So my wife never really liked the idea of me going into a separate room to game at night because she likes someone to kind of be beside her, right? It's kind of like a safety net. So a compromise was like, hey, what if I bring my setup into the room? And at first there was a little bit of a pushback, right? But after a few times of trying it out, she was actually okay with it, right? And she actually ends up watching me game while she falls asleep, which she's always been that type of person that kind of needs like a TV on to fall asleep. But yeah, it works out perfectly. But the other nice aspect too is that now, doing YouTube, I'm able to work on my videos, such as recording and or like editing, right? Kind of on my own time without interfering with family time, right? Which does affect my sleep, but who needs sleep? But yeah, that's just kind of how I started out kind of gaming in bed, which I guess it's been maybe like since 2021 since I've been like legit mainly just gaming in bed at night. But yeah, let's get into the video. Let's show you my ultimate gaming in bed setup.
All right, so there have been multiple iterations of this setup, with it all just starting out at first with just a single portable gaming monitor and the desktop, right? So at first it was just this and that, at least until I created this YouTube channel. And then I kind of figured out pretty quickly that I needed two monitors. So I actually ended up buying another portable gaming monitor. And if you've never seen or used these, they're actually really, really cool. And they're super lightweight and perfect for just a minimal gaming in bed setup. Unfortunately, the new monitor that I bought just stopped working after 4 months. The port that the mini HDMI goes into, I guess, was just going bad. So sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't, and my screen would just go black randomly until like I would wiggle the cord in the right spot, and then it would just turn back on. Now the other portable monitor that I have, which is the current one that I have, right? So that one right there, that one's been great. I've had it for about 4 years now, and it's still running perfectly fine. But I decided to try to do like a new setup involving a 27-inch curved monitor with a stand from the floor, which you can kind of see right there, right? So that's the monitor, and that's the stand that extends all the way down to the floor with the platform. And at first my wife was definitely not for it, right? I mean, I got a huge tripod that my camera sits on, then my desktop beside my nightstand, a monitor on my nightstand, and now a monitor on a stand. And I also got a boom arm, which we can see right there. So I got a boom arm that attaches to my nightstand. So it's getting a little too much on my side of the bed, but it works. And I think for the most part, the setup is pretty complete. But yeah, your boy was a little scared about the boom arm being on my nightstand. So I ended up for a few weeks actually putting the boom arm on the nightstand when my wife would fall asleep, and then I would take it off before I go to bed because I had no idea how she would react. But she actually ended up being fine with it. But yeah, like if I go over here, I can actually take this, just kind of comes right off. Well, maybe. Yeah. So it kind of comes right off. And I would sit this right here behind the the back of the bed so she wouldn't see it. And I did that for a couple weeks, and then she kind of noticed, and she's like, "What is that thing?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just, you know, something my mic sits on." So yeah, so that's kind of the current setup. So let's kind of take a look at my equipment. So my PC has the ASUS TUF X670E Plus motherboard. That's a lot. With a RTX 4080 Super graphics card. The CPU is a Ryzen 7950 X3D with a deep cool AK620 air cooler, and the memory is the Kingston Fury Renegade 32 gigabytes. Now, you may be wondering, why am I going with a air cooler? Well, I actually have the biggest fear with liquid coolers because my very first gaming desktop, it was liquid cooled, and the CPU cooler actually busted when I turned off my PC after playing BDO. And I kid you not, liquid went everywhere inside the desktop, and it literally ruined the entire PC, the motherboard, the CPU, the graphics card, everything. So yeah, now I'm just team air coolers. And actually this CPU cooler that I have is actually doing really great with the temperatures, kind of ranging in the 60s to 70s when I'm playing my games and streaming. The camera, which you can't see because obviously I'm using the camera to record. But so this was actually hilarious. So if you go back to my previous videos, like my very first videos, I used a cheap webcam off Amazon, which honestly, it really wasn't that bad, but the angle of the camera was hilarious, bro. Right? Like if you go back to my original old videos, I legit had the camera sitting right here. So it was literally sitting, let's see if I can focus. It was literally sitting like right there, and it was pointing that way. And the angle, bro, the angle was pretty comical. It was pretty interesting, right? But I did end up upgrading to the Sony Alpha ZV-10 with the Sigma 16 lens, which is a beast, by the way. But the camera sits on this tripod right here. So it sits on this tripod, and then it kind of overextends right here, and it kind of points down like that. I definitely a much better angle. And then I have my headset, which you can't really see right now. It's actually tucked right down there. Also, don't mind all of the cords. So this is the cord area. I'm really bad with cord management, but yeah, you can see I just kind of keep my headset right there. But that's the Corsair HS80, and the actual mic clarity is really good. Like the quality is really good for a headset, and it's really comfortable. But the actual mic that I use that's attached to my boom arm, so right there, if it'll focus, is the HyperX Quadcast S, which so far I really enjoy. I like being able to kind of change the colors however I want. The keyboard, which sits right here on this lap desk, which, so I'll kind of show you in a second, but like once I get into the bed right here, I have this on top of my legs. And actually before this monitor and the floor stand, I actually would put the portable gaming monitor, I would sit that, and I would sit it actually on this. So it'd sit here, and then I would have the keyboard like right there, and it actually worked pretty well. But now it's just the keyboard that sits directly on this. And yeah, that's just a cheap Amazon full-size keyboard. It's not mechanical, you know, because I just don't want it to be too loud with my wife being beside me. The mouse is the Razer Naga Pro, and that sits right there. So there's 2 textbooks under here. That kind of elevates it to my proper arm height. But yeah, that's kind of the setup. So let me kind of give you a first person kind of view of how it looks. So I kind of crawl in bed here. Bear with me. So I actually get in here. Oh, and so I have the pillows. There's 3 pillows here. I try to use these as like some type of lumbar support. So I kind of try to tuck it in, provide support to my low back. And this right here is the best part, is the bedboard here. So when I lean back, it just kind of goes back onto the shiplap wall here that I did myself. Pretty proud of that. But yeah, so when I kind of lay back, it just goes back. I also have LED lights that I put back here as well, which I don't know if you can really see well with the camera. But once I get in here, maybe. So this is kind of I can't really zoom out, but this is kind of the first person look. So I have my lap desk right on top like that. Got my feet down there. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Obviously here's the monitor. And then right beside me here is the boom arm, which I can just kind of move out of the way. Nice thing with this is it literally just kind of rotates like so. I have the portable gaming monitor there, if it ever wants to focus. Obviously the mouse. And then over here, right, is all the cords. Oh yeah, let me show you the headset while I'm here. So here's the headset, right? Super nice, really comfortable. But I do have a little stand somewhere down here. I don't know where it's at, but that kind of actually sits. The headset sits on the little stand, but I just keep it on the floor now. But yeah, there's my banging Awakening Warrior or BDO. But that's kind of the setup there. It's kind of difficult sometimes to get in and out of the bed when you have all of this stuff, but probably messed up the pillows, but there it is. That's the setup. Gosh, I've been wanting to record and do a video like this for, gosh, at least a year now. So just didn't really know how I wanted to kind of do it, record it, but here we are.
So yeah, that's pretty much the video. If you're a subscriber or a frequent viewer, hey, I really, really appreciate you and the support that you have given over the last year, right? It's literally been a crazy and amazing journey with starting this channel back in January of 2024. But let me know down in the comments of what you think of my setup. And do you have any recommendations that I can maybe add to my setup? Hopefully my wife won't get mad. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Sunsets on black desert sky. It's just you and I.